Biafra, superstars, media.
Yeah, Biafra, Biafra. Yeah, superstar media. Tell me about Biafra. We going back to the motherland. Tell me about Biafra. I wanna know. Tell me about Biafra. We going back to the motherland. Tell me about Biafra, Biafra. I wanna know. We're going back to the land. We're going back to the motherland. Biafra, Biafra. Tell me about Biafra. We're going back to the land. Tell me about Biafra. We're going back to the motherland. Tell me about Biafra, Biafra. Tell me about Biafra. We're going back to the land. My people, now how on a day today? I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on where you're listening to the sound of my voice. This is the Biafra Superstars Media. Fellow Biafrans, you heard the introduction or the intro of the video I just played. I want to say I'm glad I made that video, because in that video I was trying to make a candid representation of all the leaders, the Biafran leaders, that started from Akachukwu, Uwazurike, Nnamdi Kanu, Simon Ekpa, and in the absence of Simon Ekpa, our leader, Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi. While I was doing that video, my heart was heavy. I was still not happy with our brother, Rafa Uwazurike. But I said, who am I to change history? Let me add his picture to the video, and hopefully he will turn a new leaf. I prayed and begged the God of Biafra, because mentally I wasn't happy putting his picture in that video. But I knew history is so funny. Today somebody might be acting, bad and evil, and tomorrow they might turn a new leaf. So I am glad that I added him to the intro to keep the real representation of the leaders of Biafra. And today, glory be to God, our brother Rafa Uwazurike has come out again to say what he said in his video. He's saying that he wants to join in the protest for Nnamdi Kanu. And also, he would love to be a witness in the defense for Nnamdi Kanu in courts. For that, I say I have been vindicated, adding Rafa Uwazurike in the jingle of my video that you heard at the beginning of this video. But at this point, I want us to please sit back and relax and hear what our brother said in this video. Very, very vital. Hear everything, I'll come back. Listen, and I'll have to break this one down. Listen.
I've listened to the court appearance of Nnamdi Kanu today, and listened to the representations made by his lawyers, and which to say that I want to be part of any peaceful demonstration in Abuja or anywhere in Nigeria for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. I personally reached out to Barrister Laura Ejimako long ago, telling him that I would want to be one of the witnesses, defense witnesses to Nnamdi Kanu. Recently, just about last week, I reminded him of my desire to be one of the defense witnesses to Martin Nnamdi Kanu. You can ask Lawyer Ejimako. I told him. So, for this new development, I want to be part of it. I am ready to go to Abuja or any part of Nigeria where such demonstrations will take place. I will be part of it, provided it is anchored on non-violence, peaceful protests. I will be there, and I mean it. I will personally be there. This is not all about Nnamdi Kanu. This is about Igbo.
Yes.
If anybody thinks that Nnamdi Kanu is being humiliated today, no. It's Igbo that are being humiliated.
Yes.
It's not about Nnamdi Kanu. There's nothing like terrorism, this and that. Nothing like that. When my men were being killed in the streets of Southeast, were they terrorists?
Listen.
What did they do? When Nnamdi Kanu, when Akachukwu was declared to be arrested by DSS, simply because he said he supported Uwazurike. He was given a one-way ticket.
Listen.
Economic class to Abuja.
Listen.
What did he do? It was just to humiliate Igbo by commanding our leader, Akachukwu, to proceed to Abuja on a one-way ticket, economic class. So all these things, I know them very well. It has got nothing to do with Nnamdi Kanu. It has to do with Igbo. To tell us that we don't matter in Nigeria and that we could be treated anyhow. If you talk of terrorism charge or whatever, how can you be negotiating with terrorists from another tribe, one tribe, and keeping into prison terrorists from another tribe? That's the justice. So it has nothing to do with Nnamdi Kanu. It has to do with the injustice rooted in Nigeria against Igbo. That is why I will be there. That's why I will be there. It could be anybody else. It could be anybody else. It has nothing to do with Nnamdi Kanu, terrorism, blah, blah, blah. Nothing. It has everything to do with Igbo. The situation of Igbo in Nigeria, the humiliation of Igbo in Nigeria, and everybody is affected. We have to do this because of the future of our children. I will be there. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. God bless you. We appreciate you. We appreciate your words. Lord have mercy. This life is amazing. Life is amazing. Sometimes we condemn somebody and we want to throw away the baby and the bathwater. For so many a time, we've seen Rafa Uwazurike as an enemy to the people, an enemy to Biafra, an enemy to Nnamdi Kanu, an enemy to Simon Ekpa. But today, he has proven that no. Over time, he has seen the activities of Nigeria towards the Biafrans. And now, that thing he did not see, Nnamdi Kanu saw. Today, it has become manifest. It has manifested to him. It has been revealed to our brother Rafa Uwazurike. It is clear that Nigeria is a problem. Nigeria is the aggressor, not Nnamdi Kanu. Because sometimes there is a different way an elder will react to something compared to a youth. Nnamdi Kanu was in his heydays, a youth, when he saw the trajectory that Nigeria was going. We saw his video in England where he was speaking in favor of Nigeria. Speaking about Boko Haram, how, if they're not careful, before you know it, they're going for a march in Nigeria because of Boko Haram and the Chibok girls. If not, one day, the Boko Haram will take over Nigeria. He was advocating for Nigeria. And today, it dawned on him that this problem is not about Boko Haram against Nigerians, but it is the rulers of Nigeria that brought in, that hired the services of Boko Haram, ISIS, ISWAP, Lakurawa, the Fulani killer headsmen. intervened to take over Nigeria and turn everybody into servitude, to Islamize Nigeria. That was the end goal, because of the greed of the resource that is found all across Nigeria. You see, the problem with countries like Saudi Arabia, the problem with them is once they start doing this, their League of Nations, the Arab League or whatever they call it, they will now come with their jihad, kind of format where they say, okay, this country, you deserve to be an Islamic country. And before you know it, your so-called leaders, they will go into work to Islamize a country that they already control the resources of those land. And we all saw what happened. So today, I would like to break this video down because some of you listen to the video, but there are some wisdom. Every sentence was laced with wisdom by our brother, Rafa, a man I have come to respect, a man I appreciate now so much, a man that I am glad that I did not relegate to the background. So let's take our time and break this video down, please. Very, very important. Now listen, please. Listen.
I've listened to the court appearance of Nnamdi Kanu today, and listened to the representations made by his lawyers, and which to say that I want to be part of any peaceful demonstration in Abuja or anywhere in Nigeria,
okay,
for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. I personally reached out to Barrister Lawyer Ejimako long ago, telling him that I would want to be one of the witnesses, defense witnesses to Nnamdi Kanu.
Hold it there. He personally reached out to Barrister Aloy Ejimako long ago, letting him know that he wished to be part of the defense team of Nnamdi Kanu. That was when we saw those people wearing masks, balaclava in the court, testifying against Nnamdi Kanu. And some people came with a narrative and said Rafa Uwazurike was one of those that wore the mask to testify against Nnamdi Kanu. But we are glad he came out to defend himself, clear his name, and also he went the extra mile. They call it going the extra mile. He went the extra mile by telling one of the lead counsels of Nnamdi Kanu, in the name of our good friend, our good brother, Aloy Ejimako. He told him he would like to be a witness in the defense for Nnamdi Kanu. So that means when Nnamdi Kanu is defending himself in court, Rafa Uwazurike will come out as a witness to testify. Let them know why he came up with Massob. The injustice has not ended. I hope he will go back from the time him being a young man watching Ojukwu defend Biafra land. When Nigeria came with a war, they waged a war against us. And as a young man, he went to law school and came back. Schooled in India. Stayed in Lagos and saw what was happening. The difference between the West and the East. Saw how the government fundings, when it comes to fiscal policies of the government, when it comes to the monetary policies of the government, larger of the resource came from the southeast or in the eastern region. But the least is done in that region. Instead, there was a capital flight all the way to Lagos, where you find every headquarters of all the companies, their branches. Business was booming in Lagos based on the resource flowing from the land of Biafra. He saw the neglect of his people by the Nigerian government. He saw the neglect of his region, the Biafran region. Hence, he came up with Massob. movement for the self-actualization of Biafra. Movement for the self-sovereign actualization of Biafra, Massob. He came up with Massob to address the ills that he noticed was still ongoing, despite after the Biafran what they said, no victor, no vanquish. They came with the 3R: reconciliation, rehabilitation, reconstruction. But till this day, the land of Biafra has not been rehabilitated. Till this day, the land of Biafra has not been reconstructed. You name it. What have they done in Biafra land? Nothing. Instead, they've put police checkpoint all across Biafra land, which means there is a double taxation happening in Biafra land. They know it is illegal, but it's the norm. It's the way to pay the government and the police, the army and the rest of them. A way to subjugate the people. Make you feel you are not free in your own land. As the saying goes, in the Western world, they say the black man is free, but everywhere on chains. In America, there is a saying that the black man is free, but everywhere on chains. The hands are chained, and the legs are on manacles. Same way in Nigeria. During the time of Uwazurike, he saw that the Igbo man, the Biafran man, is so-called free in Nigeria, but everywhere he's in chains. And ever since his movement was doing strong, waxing well, Nigeria understood the assignment. I hope he will come with this. And how he was blackmailed by the same so-called Igbo politicians working for the Nigerian government. I hope this man will come up with a story. Give a witness, an eyewitness account of how Nigeria did what it did to us. The subjugation, humiliation, the castration of the Igbo land. I hope. I really hope. Let's keep on listening. Listen.
Recently, just about last week, I reminded him of my desire to be one of the defense witnesses to Nnamdi Kanu. You can ask a lawyer, Jimako. I told him. So, for this new development, I want to be part of it. I am ready to go to Abuja or any part of Nigeria where such demonstrations will take place. I will be part of it, provided it is anchored on non-violence, peaceful protests. I will be there, and I mean it. I will personally be there. This is not all about Nnamdi Kanu. This is about Igbo.
Listen.
If anybody thinks that Nnamdi Kanu is being humiliated today, no. It's Igbo that are being humiliated.
It is Igbo that is being humiliated, my people. They've taken this insult to a new level, a new plateau. It's now in an all-time high. That even when we were watching, was it the House of Reps the other day, a Biafran man was speaking on behalf of Nnamdi Kanu, and you saw the way they shut him down. His mic was turned off. A man who wrote a letter to the so-called head of the House of Rep member. He wrote to the president, as he claims, and he also wrote the same letter to, or he copied the AGF, the Attorney General of the Federal Republic of that so-called Nigeria. 3 letters on the 26th of August. A very urgent letter, and was an emergency. From the 26th of August, they did not respond to our brother. Till the 7th of September, over a month plus, roughly 6 weeks, for something that was very urgent, dealing with the life of Nnamdi Kanu. He had to come out in the public to speak on it. And you saw how the head of the, whatever they call him, was filibustering, telling him, why didn't you come and see me one-to-one? Because they are used to seeing us coming to beg them on a one-to-one in their office. You beg them in the private, they respect you, they say, yes, don't worry, wallahi talai, it is done, I will speak to the president for Nnamdi Kanu. As you leave the door, they laugh at you and they do nothing about it. The insult of the Biafran is now at an all-time high. So if you think that what they are doing to Nnamdi Kanu is only Nnamdi Kanu, if you're a Biafra, and if you come from the regional Biafra, if you think, oh, it's only Nnamdi Kanu or it's only the Igbos, as you know, Biafra does not consist of just the Igbos. But some of you who are playing to the gallery, you are laughing, you are saying, yes, the Igbos are the problem. Today they are doing it to us. Tomorrow it may be you. So those who assume that what they are doing to Nnamdi Kanu is just Nnamdi Kanu, mind you, they have proscribed IPOB, 80 million people known as the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. They've proscribed us as a terrorist organization. When any crime is committed in that eastern region, they call it, they target IPOB and ESN. It means the 80 million Biafrans are guilty. And a defunct organization known as the Eastern Security Network that was defunct in the year 2021. It ceased to exist since the year 2021. But no, your media, your government, they call it IPOB and ESN. Some of you assume what they are doing is to the Igbos and to Nnamdi Kanu, or just to Nnamdi Kanu. You are making the biggest mistake of your life. What they are doing is a perfect example of giving a dog a bad name just to hang it, to make you see us less than humans. The same way in Germany, the media men of Hitler, the press men of Hitler, they did the same thing to the Jews. They call them all sort of names. They say they sell fake products in Germany. They say that they don't pay tax in Germany. They call them all sort of names. And at the end, the Germans were happy to watch Hitler decimate the people, commit genocide against Israel. Today, Israel is still waxing strong. Israel don't have their own nation. And Germany is still paying for the sins of Hitler. In case you guys don't know, they are still paying a penalty, finance, funding for those that were killed in the hands of Hitler. So some of you who think that what Nigeria is doing to Nnamdi Kanu is just about Nnamdi Kanu, a man who has not been found guilty for how many years, but is still being held in a solitary confinement. If you assume it's just Nnamdi Kanu, one day, when the Biafrans are gone, it will be your own turn. And you will show no level of resistance. There will be no level of resistance from your side, because the Caliphate knows, they know that their only problem is the Biafrans. They know that. The stumbling block that they have are the Biafrans. That's why with what they are doing in Kwara State today, nobody's speaking about it. No elder from the Yoruba side has come out. No youth from the Yoruba land have come out to speak that no, Kwara belongs to us. If you attack Kwara, you have attacked the heartbeat of the Yorubas. No, they ain't speaking about it. Perhaps they are waiting for Chief Sunday Adeyemo, aka Sunday Igbo, to come all the way from Germany to speak on their behalf. Nobody's speaking about it. Kwara State is under siege and nobody is speaking about it. But we, the Biafrans, we ain't cowards. When they come to our land, We will defend our land. But let the media keep on doing what they are doing. Let them keep on playing to the gallery. Let them keep on smearing us and spin the news around our situation. But I am glad our brother here has now smelt the coffee. He now knows that the activities of Nnamdi Kanu is a just one. I am glad he has turned a new leaf. Because to call a spade, Rafa Uwazurike was the first one to hurt Nnamdi Kanu. He was the first one to kidnap Nnamdi Kanu on his wedding day. But we are glad. Now he has seen the bigger picture. And he has seen the lost picture. He has seen those things he could not see when Nnamdi Kanu was speaking about the ills going on in Massob. The lost picture, sometimes those things you could not see. But over time, you are now able to see those things you could not see. And they would now say, had I known, hey, like say I know, like say I see amo, I be no know, say I be no see amo. The lost picture is different from the bigger picture. Looking at the bigger picture is different from looking at the lost pictures. The bigger picture, you're looking at, the poor view in the future. This is the plan we are looking at. At the end, when Biafra comes, there will be humility. The economy will be flowing. We shall compete with the best of the world. We shall become the China of Africa and the rest of them. That's the bigger picture. But the lost picture is something some of these Igbo politicians have not seen, and they don't care to see it. The killing, the stealing of our resources, the humiliation of our youths. They are killing the youths in Biafra land, but in the north, they are doing a peace treaty. They are paying them, they are funding them, and they are feeding the terrorists. PFF, payment to the terrorists, funding of the terrorists, and feeding of the terrorists. They come with a peace deal. But in Biafra land, they are coming with their guns, aircraft, dropping bombs in Biafra land, killing the youths. You saw in the video, terrorists were giving press conference in the north. They now have the liberty, the leeway. They are now stakeholders, critical stakeholders, that they came, they dressed in their camouflage, they carried their ammunitions, their bullets, they were giving press conference. But in Biafra land, you see a young boy that went to fetch water. And when the hoodlums came, Ibubago and the rest of them, when they came, they saw this young boy. They called him a shooter. He said, no, I am going to the stream to fetch some water for my mother. They said, it's a lie. Where are your men? Where is your camp? Said, sir, I just left the village to fetch some water in the stream. When they saw no evidence on him, they put a bullet on the floor. They threw a bullet. We saw the one who threw the bullet on the floor. And I said, see in bullet, oh, that's his bullet. He's a shooter. And that young man was gone down dead. By just the assumption of seeing a bullet on the floor, you took the life of somebody. But in the north, you saw the terrorists carrying bullets, ammunitions, rounds of ammo on their body. Cartridges all over them. Bullets upon bullets upon bullets on one man. And the press was speaking with him. Nobody killed him. We found a bullet on him. The lost picture. Things are happening in the north, but in our own land, your so-called politicians, they are buying our own. They are sabotaging our own. We came with a sit-at-home process, the most peaceful way of demonstrating. Yet the media came to speak about it. And your so-called governors in the southeast send the military to kill those who shut their shops down. The lost picture. But in the north, they are their friends. When they speak, nobody is killed or whatever. They are doing a deal with them. In the north, it is 100% non-kinetic. I repeat, the policy in the north is now 100% non-kinetic. It means no more use of force, weaponry to make peace. But in the East, it is 100% kinetic approach. Lord have mercy. The bombs, the bullets do the talking in Biafra land. Hey! People will say, no, Superstar, you are not telling the truth. But I'll give you the definition of a kinetic approach. In military, it refers to a direct destructive warfare, employing physical force to inflict damage, destroy targets, and neutralize the so-called enemies. In contrast to non-kinetic actions like cyber attacks, sanctions, or propaganda, it involves the direct use of firepower, such as missiles, bombs, troops, to achieve a military objective, often distinguishing it from the more direct strategies that do not involve physical destructions. The use of physical force, kinetic approach. The use of a direct destructive warfare, employing physical force to inflict damage. In Biafra land, they are dropping bombs, destroying the targets. In Biafra land, even when they come to occupy the youths, they burn down the house. And the media was speaking about it. They loved it. They were saying, oh, when they came to occupy, Commander Gen 2, they had to burn the house down. Some women came out of the house, they were running. They shot the women. Some boys came out of the house, they were running. They shot the boys. Kinetic approach. But in the north, they are doing a peace deal with terrorists though. Those who are terrorists, they are doing a peace deal with them. But the word says, do not negotiate with terrorists. But in Nigeria, no. They came with the cheese approach policy. The cheese policy, where you feed them every day. You fund their mission, their jihad, and you pay them every month. I've been saying this, none of you want to speak on it. You pretend not to hear El Rufai, Malam El Rufai speak on it, live on TV, where he said he's not happy with the policy of the NSA, the National Security Advisor, headed by the ostrich they call Nurul Ribadu. That tall, dirty, stinking, sick animal that came with that policy. The cheese policy, where they treat in fact, they are begging the terrorists. The cheese approach policy. They feed them every day, they fund them every month, and they pay the terrorists. They pay them money. The government of Nigeria pay terrorists money. And in return, they are begging them not to kill or kidnap Nigerians anymore, as they said. That's the deal. But till this day, killings are still happening. Lives are still being lost. Till this day. But when you come to Biafra land, you will feel the might of the military in Biafra land. Every nook and cranny you go, their troops are there. Their bomber jets are flying everywhere. They have their truck, armor tanks everywhere in Biafra land. They are buying every youth they see on sight. So I am glad our brother, Rafa Uwazurike, has now seen the lost pictures. Those things he did not see that made him some years ago to be attacking Nnamdi Kanu. Today, he has seen them. And now, he has not come back to his senses. He said, of a truth, Nnamdi Kanu saw this. In your Bible, it says, I was blind, but now I can see. I was blind, but now I can see. My only anger is those you call your politicians. You know, they have so much, you know, they are so entangled in this nonsense. Look at Umai the other day, embarrassing himself. You claim to be the Minister of Works and the Lagos to Calabar Road. Someone is asking you, Rafa is asking you to give an account. Kilometer by kilometer, what's the cost? And you could not do it because you want to hide umpu. Umpu. You want to hide criminality. You were insulting a journalist who was asking you real pertinent questions. Give us a breakdown of what you want to do here. Yes, all roads are different, but there will be an estimate now. What they call the moving average. It must be there. Give us that estimate. Plus or minus, give us the estimate. And that man was there insulting himself. Because you want to be loved in the government of a criminal. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy, my people. We must thank God that our brother Rafa Uwazurike has woken up. Let's continue. Very, very sad. Continue.
It's not about Nnamdi Kanu. There's nothing like terrorism, this and that. Nothing like that. When my men were being killed in the streets of Southeast, we are the terrorists. What did they do?
Listen.
When Nnamdi Kanu, when Akachukwu was declared to be arrested by DSS, simply because he said he supported Uwazurike. He was given a one-way ticket, economy class, to Abuja.
Listen to that point. Some of you didn't understand that insult. The Ikemba of Newe himself, our eternal leader, Ojukwu, when he gave his own view. Okay, Rafa Uwazurike, he's saying my Massob. Well, you know, I get what he's saying. I can share his sentiments. I understand why he's doing what he's doing. I will not condemn him. That was all he said. And Nigerian government to show you that war has not ended. They booked him an economy class, one-way ticket, not a two-way, not a return ticket, one-way ticket, subconsciously telling you, man, you ain't coming back. By the same DSS who is holding Nnamdi Kanu now. That somebody spoke, public opinion, views held by a person on a particular subject. The press came to him. You see, these guys, they are smart. They will send their media to you to speak. Then once you speak in favor of your people, they booked him a one-way ticket. People said Ojukwu should not honor that invitation. But he looked at it. He said, my people, they are not ready. My people are not ready to defend themselves because they are busy building their trade fair. They are building trade fair in Lagos. It means the Biafrans, you guys really think you believe in this one Nigeria. You think you are in one Nigeria. You are in a country. You guys aren't ready. So he chose to go there just to avoid that insult. Economy class to our leader. One-way ticket. You guys will not see the insult of that. You are inviting somebody to come to Abuja. Abuja. He is in Anambra, but you say, no, come down to Abuja. And you book him one-way ticket. Economic class. To show you that he's a nobody. You will sit where the peasants or the normal, people sit. Do you know what it means for Ojukwu to sit in an economic class? He's a man of prestige. How can that happen? That's the humiliation we're speaking about. The insult on our brother. Lord have mercy. We are glad our brother Rafa has woken up. We are glad. Let's continue.
What did he do? It was just to humiliate Igbo by commanding our leader, Ojukwu, to proceed to Abuja on a one-way ticket, economic class. So all these things, I know them very well. It has got nothing to do with Nnamdi Kanu. It has to do with Igbo. To tell us that we don't matter in Nigeria and that we could be treated anyhow.
We could be treated anyhow. Igbo, make una wake up. Even Peter Obi, the London boy, went to do some politics. He assumed, oh, I have some friends in Lagos. I have some friends in Yoruba land. I have some friends in the north. They treat me, they respect me. They love me. Even in the middle belt, they love me. He went to contest for election. Just because he won Lagos State. Since 2023 till this day, look at what the Igbos are going through in Lagos State. You see, it's not about Peter Obi anymore. It's about the Igbos in Lagos State. The Igbo must go and the rest of them. Charlie Boy is not a casualty. The Charlie Boy bus stop, the famous bus stop. As a child, when my dad is driving through that area there, I used to see, the Charlie Boy bus stop. There was a bike on the balcony of his house. I think a bike then, this, American kind of bikes that he had. And I'll ask my daddy, who owns that bike? And they'll say, Charlie Boy. Eh? Lord have mercy. This thing it's embarrassing. Peter Obi contested and won Lagos. We want him not to contest in the affairs of Nigeria because they don't love you. They don't believe in you. You are not part of them, but Peter refused. Peter refused. He went to contest. And just because he won Tinubu in Lagos, today, it's not about Peter Obi, but the Igbos living in Lagos are going through hell. They've lost billions in their businesses, in their homes, being destroyed, and the rest. So some of you who think it's about Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu now, my friends, they love me, my Hausa friend love me, my Yoruba friends, they like me a lot. No, it's not about Nnamdi Kanu, it's about you and your people. The humiliation will come to you and your people. Get that in your head. Look at the Igbos in Lagos now. Look at what they are going through. Because somebody contested election that was conducted in all the whole states, so in that zoo. But because he won somebody in Lagos, the insult and injury that a so-called Nigerian won a fellow Nigerian in a tribalized state like Lagos. Now you understand how tribalism comes first before your so-called nationhood, because you are not one. If you are one, it doesn't matter if he won in Kano, in Bauchi, in Yola, in Benue, Borno, Ogun, Oyo. It doesn't matter if you are really one Nigeria. But because you are not one, it became a slap on the face of those who believe their region has been insulted. And the Igbos have come to take over Yoruba land. That's the problem. I don't blame them because the Yorubas know they are not one. They are only in Nigeria because their resources are not being siphoned to an extent. The only thing they are losing are the taxation from Lagos when it goes to the center. But when it comes to the oil, gas, and the rest of them, it's the Biafrans who are losing on that perspective. So to the Yorubas, they are happy with the way things are. At the moment, they ain't losing. The economy is run by the Biafran oil. So let the Fulani have a field day. No problem. We shall be hanging by their side. When they are president, we will be vice. When we are president, they will be vice. We are doing it. There's a partnership between the North and the Southwest. Between the North and the South. There's a partnership, a friendship. We ain't losing much, technically. All we are losing are the taxation that we generate from Lagos. But to call a spade, it is the Igbos that raise most of the taxation in Lagos. They are the ones raising the money in Lagos. So if the Fulani take the money and put in the North, if we pay the highest level of taxation, in the government coffers. They know wahala. Because technically, now able to do business for Lagos. Still the Igbos. You see, now only that person, when that nail they bite for his shoe, now only that person go they complain, go they uncomfortable. When you know say your resources runs the economy of a country. The money you pay in taxation helps to run the budget of a country. But when it comes to their political whatever, they have sidelined you. From Wazobia, it is now Wa and Zo, no more Bia. Then you will understand the game. Even the Hausas who were part of the Wazobia, they've been relegated to the background. It is now the Fulani strangers, interlopers who came from the back door. And the Yorubas are happy to do business with them. When I say the Yorubas, I mean their politicians. They are happy to do business with them. Because when you look deep inside, when you go deeper in the rabbit hole, you will not, even the one they call Tinubu, we saw his passport now, his Guinea passport. We know his affiliation with Guinea. A man who is older than Nigeria tells you when he was born, there was no Nigeria. A man that is older than Nigeria, it tells you when he was born, there was nothing called Nigeria. Tinubu is older than Nigeria. He's in his late 80s. We know that. He's older than Nigeria. And you also his passport, his Guinean passport. That tells you he has an affiliation with Guinea. But you guys, you tribalized animals, you pretend not to see those things. Because right now, the whipping boy in the class are the Igbos, the Biafrans. Now with the Sowore'S, the bully is bullying the Igbos, so it is okay. It's okay now that the Igbos suffer now, that they're oil now, that they're gas now. No wahala. Let's play dumb. But when they came to Kwara State, suddenly, 130 groups from Yoruba went to ICC to make a statement. To the Yorubas, we've been to ICC. We the Biafrans, we don't go ICC, we don't go the EU, go shout, we don't go the UN, go shout, AU, we've been there. Nothing will happen there because the Fulani, they run that place as well. So if you like, write 2,000 letters to ICC. You are wasting your time. The only language that the caliphate understands is for you to rise up as men and not being cowards. Rise up and defend your land. This fight cannot be fought by the Biafrans alone. Rise up and defend your land. Kwara State is part of Yoruba land. Kogi is part of Yoruba land. Kwara State, now Yoruba land. Don't pretend as if now only Lagos be the problem. The Igbos are doing business in Lagos and you are angry with us in Lagos. But Kwara State, people are carrying guns, bombs, killing your people in Kwara and you pretend not to see it. But those who are doing trade, who are buying goods, who are exporting goods, who are buying from the ship, containers, you are angry with them that they are buying your lands with money. They pay for you the services, so they pay the top dollar for your land and you are angry with them. But those who come with their guns, AK-47, taking over Kwara, you are keeping quiet. Hi, Yoruba, please do what is right. As our brother here, Rafa Uwazurike, now has come into his understanding, overstanding and understanding, to say, okay, Nnamdi Kanu wasn't really the problem. Nnamdi Kanu saw what I did not see. When I was the leader of Massob, there are things he saw that I did not see. One day I'll make a video and break down Rafa Uwazurike, Massob and Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB. Why IPOB had to be, created by Nnamdi Kanu. One day, I will break down everything. What happened to Rafa Uwazurike? And on that fateful day, what they did to Nnamdi Kanu on his wedding day. But let's continue because of time. Let's continue.
You talk of terrorism charge or whatever. How can you be negotiating with terrorists from another tribe, one tribe, and keeping into prison terrorists from another tribe?
Allegedly.
That's the justice. So it has not got, it has nothing to do with Nnamdi Kanu. It has to do with the injustice rooted in Nigeria against Igbo. That is why I will be there. That's why I will be there. It could be anybody else. It could be anybody else. It has nothing to do with Nnamdi Kanu, terrorism, blah, blah, blah. Nothing. It has everything to do with Igbo. The situation of Igbo in Nigeria, the humiliation of Igbo in Nigeria, and everybody is affected. We have to do this because of the future of our children. I will be there. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. God bless you. I appreciate you. You've spoken well. I will leave it to my people. I will leave it here because sometimes they say a word is enough for the wise. Our brother Rafa Uwazurike in the 11th hour has woken up. And now he is seeing the truth. Of a truth, this thing is now about Nnamdi Kanu. This thing is about us as a people. This same man once said to Nnamdi Kanu, come to Lagos, I will be the one to arrest you. Just some years ago, he said that in the public, but today, I am glad. See, sometimes say time. Time is everything. With time, in the long run, everything will come into fruition. I am glad our brother Rafa Uwazurike now knows what's happening in Nigeria. Now knows what they are doing to us in Biafra land. So as they go for their marching, they prepare for their marching. Our good friend Sowore'S will be there as well. Respect to him for stepping up as a man. Sowore'S, sometimes I wonder if you have the blood of the Biafran in you, because I've not seen a Yoruba man speak so boldly. Throughout my time in Lagos, I've never seen anyone speak like you. You are peculiar. Sowore'S, you are unique and you're different. I'm so glad that you came with this, proposal for a match for our leader Nnamdi Kanu in Massob. And I heard that the Abia House of Assembly, they're also working towards a date. And I am glad our brother here, Rafa Uwazurike, has stepped up to be part of it. Even though we know Nigeria very well. But sometimes to fulfill all righteousness, you guys should do what you need to do in Nigeria. For we the Biafrans, we are saying, allow the dead to bury the dead. We don't care about the activities of Nigeria. Like your Bible says, give what belongs to Caesar, and to God. I say to you guys, give what belongs to Nigeria, and to Biafra. It's okay. Let them go and do their protest, their marching. It's okay. Who am I to tell them not to do it? Let them go and do it. But we the Biafrans, we know where they wait for Nigeria. Make anything happen to Nnamdi Kanu, let a strand of his hair be hot. Then Nigeria will see the real us. We know where they wait for now. This nonsense your government is doing, we know where they wait. In fact, let me not go deeper. I rest my case. For those that have ears, let them hear. For those that have ears, let them hear. No more talk.
Yeah, check me out. Superstars Media. Lord Logan, Bloomington, Lord Logan, and it's Wild Flora Show. 1914 amalgamation is what we dying for. 3 nations to 1 nation, ever since annihilation. Nepotism is nonsense. You and you, clap your hands. Biafra gonna come, clap your hands. Biafra, Oduduwa, we're free now. Freedom is gonna come, we're free now. Yeah.